I spent 388 days fighting a case that could have buried me. And since I had nothing but time on my hands, I figured, why not make use of it? Why not turn this into a little game? So I started observing. Every week, new faces came in, but some weren't new. Same dudes, back again. 2, 3 times in the same year. Different charges, different stories. But nah, let me keep it real. The same outcome. And I can't help but wonder, what was the one thing that kept pulling them back? I'd ask them, bruh, what happened? One to say, I missed the PO meeting. Another to say, I just needed quick money. Another shrugged his shoulders and just said, this is who I am. Different stories, different reasons, different excuses. But at the end of the day, nah, I can't even say that. It all came down to one thing. The same thing that every man who made it out had to figure out. Jay-Z, Nipsey, Gucci, Jeezy, 50, they all had this in common. And by the end of this video, I'm going to give you that answer. And here's the crazy part. I wasn't any different. I was 22, 2 kids, facing 25 years. And if I blew trial, I wouldn't see freedom until I was damn near 50. I saw dudes my age, 21, 22, 23, getting football numbers, 31 years, 45 years, 52 years. That's not time. That's a funeral with the casket still breathing. That's the program. The program don't just hold your body, it traps your mind. It's like running old software on a broken hard drive. No matter what button you press, the system keeps glitching, and you think it's bad luck. Nah, it's just corrupted code. And until you rewrite that code, until you change the man in your head, you'll keep walking yourself right back into the same old trap. Look at the ones who made it out. Jay-Z ain't still hustling on corners. Gucci reinvented himself completely. Nipsey turned a block mentality into ownership. Hell, even Jeezy said he had to grow past being a snowman. They didn't just change because they got older. Nah, they changed because if they didn't, they'd be dead or locked forever. And I get it. Maybe you're not in the streets, but maybe you keep blowing money, chasing women, blacking out on your girl, quitting when it gets hard. Different setting, same trap. But here's what I realized. The man who rewrites his self-image, he's the one who gets peace in his mind. He's the one who keeps his family together. He's the one who builds something that lasts long after he's gone. That's the difference between surviving and being self-made. So here's what I call the elite rules of engagement. They're the rules that I live by to make sure I never get tricked out of my spot again, right? You have to have rules to make sure you stay on the path. And your rules may be different than mine. I would encourage you to really think deeply about that. But number one, for me, is the code. What is the code? The code is my non-negotiables. It's the rules that I live by every day. It's the boundaries, things that I'm going to do, the things that I won't do. And I think we talk a lot about, you hear on social media and you hear on podcasts and books and self-help and all that stuff, personal development. You hear people tell you a lot of the things that you need to do. One of the big things for me is what I don't do, right? Certain places that I don't go, certain places that I don't hang around, the people that I don't hang around. That's the boundaries, right? Certain times that I don't go out, past a certain time during the day, right? Your code, your non-negotiables have to literally become a part of who you are. It's like a piece of your identity dies when you don't stick to your non-negotiables, or what I call the code. So make sure you have some boundaries set in place. Number 2 is picture your ideal. Here's what I mean. If you don't have an idea or vision of who you're becoming, then society has one for you. And survival, that ain't it, right? So understand who you want to become, right? See other people that you look up to, for lack of a better word. Not saying that you want to become them or be like them. It could be multiple people that you respect. You might like how one person is with their family life. You might like how another person runs their business. You might like how another person's physique looks, right? So you have to get an idea of what you want your ideal self to look like. Because if not, like I said, society has one for you, and it ain't good. Number 3 is build daily. Every prayer, every page, every rep that you do in the gym, it isn't about the task. For me, it was about proving to myself that I'm not who I used to be. Small daily disciplines stack into creating a new identity. And over time, you start to trust yourself more. You start to build more confidence within yourself. Confidence, you can't build confidence by saying lies to yourself in the mirror or just repeating affirmations to yourself in your head. Those things have their place, but that's not how you build confidence. If you look at the root word of confidence, it is confide. To confide in self, right? And when you have these daily disciplines, you start to confide in yourself. While you're building your new identity, you have the confidence that you're becoming a better person or better in whatever area that it is that you're building and stacking these disciplines. So daily discipline every day, one at a time, 30 minutes. Even if it's 30 minutes, that adds up over the course of months and a year. It really adds up, and before you know it, you're a whole new person. Number 4, yeah, this is one of my favorite. Feed your brain new game. You see, your brain is like a hard drive, and if it's filled with corrupt files, poverty, bad habits, trauma, then the system would keep crashing, for lack of a better term. New ideas, new perspectives, scripture. Consider that a software update. The more you do it with the repetition of that, it's like you're updating the software which your brain is, right? So podcasts, books, like I said, scripture, just listening to other perspectives that even if you don't agree with those perspectives, maybe you can consider those perspectives. Coming from where I come from, and maybe you as well, the hood, the projects, the streets, we always tend to want to hear our own perspectives, even other people as well. I don't want to just put that on us. People always want to hear the perspective of where they come from, what they're familiar with, I should say. We want to protect that and guard that like it's a badge of honor. But what I'm telling you is, be open to hearing new perspectives. You don't have to agree with it, but it will broaden your horizons, and it'll be like a software update. Try it out. If you don't install the new code, then the old code keeps running. And old code only leads to old results. So unless you want old results, you're going to have to update your software. Those 4 rules became my foundation, the elite rules of engagement. Because life is a battle. Every move, every room, every choice is engagement. If you don't live by rules, then society will hand you its rules. And those rules only end one way. But when you live by your own rules, your own code, you stop just surviving and start building peace, building legacy, building a life where your kids inherit tools, not trauma. That's the mission. We don't pass down pain, we pass down legacy. We don't stay trapped in a program, we rewrite it. So lock in your rules of engagement, because once you live by code, you can't be tricked out your spot. That's how you go from survival to self-made. If this hits you, drop a comment and tell me which one of the elite rules of engagement you need to lock in on the most. Also, subscribe. I'm going to be dropping game like this every week to help us all defeat the program, all together. And until next time, stay true.